Today we're going to start working on a chain, just like 4 or 5 big links, maybe more, maybe 6 of them out of this log. I'm starting off, we want to start off, it's very simple. You just cut out little pieces, right? You want to establish like a cross, because that's how chain links all sit together. It's one this way, one that way, one this way, one that way. And you can keep these kind of thick. It's better if you keep them kind of thick, and then you can shave them down as you carve. It gives you more room. You just want to establish your range for now. You don't have to go to that perfect depth. It's taken me a while to really learn this. I teach myself. It's one of the first things that I carved. And when you carve your links, you want to keep them, say one link ends here, the other link's going to end in here, and a small gap between them as you're carving, because you want to get around and be able to plunge in and open those up and space them out. It's easier. I will explain that to you again when we get to that point. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. That's what we're working on this project right now. Maybe a series of videos, depending on what my memory does. So my memory cards and all that, depending on what that allows me to do. We're gonna start off with I'm using 025s and then my 021, and the one I changed the coil on, it was that holy grail saw that looked like it had maybe 20 hours of use on it and real fine powder stuck in it. So oiler worked, so the guy just ran. He didn't know a thing about saws, which is too bad for the saw, but I guess good for me, good for my luck. So yeah, we're here cutting away, so we will keep going and not talk too much today. And thanks for joining me, and thanks for watching all my videos, and I hope I can touch base on some pretty cool stuff for you guys. I like this one. This is a good beginner one. Just get some big ugly logs. They don't have to be real pretty. This is spruce, possibly another chain link log that I'm going to be working on. This here is willow. I really like willow, especially if I'm going to be chiseling. It's a beautiful wood for chiseling. A lot There's your first piece out. That's what we're just going to take out, so we have a little cross type looking deal. You see here, and you saw when I went in to test how deep I went, over deep. That's just so that I can get an idea of what I need below that. But as you're cutting along, you want to actually see sawdust coming out of the other kerf that you made. This is just a real quick raw process. It doesn't even have to be perfectly straight or even. See, I'm a little narrow down on the other end. I gotta tell you guys, the easiest thing you can do for yourself is get these runners in, the log runners, right? And then you can roll back and forth on them. You see I have notches in them. I can stick stuff in there like wedges. That notch is So one thing I want to point out is you see me sawing, you see a lot of this. I'm kind of holding the saw up. I'm feeling with the very tip of the saw, right? Just in this area. I'm trying to feel where that other kerf, you'll feel it, you'll kind of feel cutting, and then as you come down and you poke a hole into the other kerf, you'll feel that breakaway. That's one of my number one tricks that I use carving to feel depth, because I don't have that magical precision that some people might have where they can plunge in and cut. I risk making too deep of cuts all the time, so I feel I'm not pushing the saw at all. I'm actually holding it back, and sometimes the faster you run it, the better you can feel it. Sometimes the slower you run it, the better you can feel it. That's why you hear all the different throttle levels. That, you know, there's no struggling going on here. I'm just feeling my way through it. It's a lot quicker for me personally. There, I went a little bit too deep. Hopefully I can salvage it. I think I can, but that's the problem with this whole thing. It's not a perfect science. So, good tip there. Don't get freaked out if you go too deep. You can always try saving it. If not, it's just good to have lots of extra junk wood on hand. This is a great project for junk wood. For the beginning of it, it's not perfect, doesn't have to be perfect. You see, because we're deep here, well, we're deep here in the middle. So yeah, I'm gonna trim this down a little bit as I go. But, so now the important part of establishing the chain links is up next. Then you just go and you cut V's, and then you alternate. You cut. You'll see what I do. I'll start this link, right? Or maybe because I'm trying to figure out where I'm deep, what I need to get rid of. I start this link. I'll get rid of this after I mark my links out. So you go down and you mark your links first. That's the next step. You want to just figure out about proportionally where your links are. There's no real measurements. Normally about 2 feet long. You could do 3 foot long links and have less. So 1, 2, and starting on the third one. All right, we're already at that point where now I want to decide if I messed up. I want to actually make my links. It's too bad I couldn't use this hump, but I could have been more conscious about that. But again, this is junk wood. We're just railing right through this. So the next link, we're going to start about halfway. Right? That next link's going to be bigger than these ones, and we're going to try to squeeze them together as we go. That's kind of the goal here. Alright, so you kind of see the basic layout. We'll keep going on this. This is going pretty well. I'm having fun. Hope you guys are having fun. But you see how I alternated. I'll show you that real quick. See that? Just kind of alternate. Just kind of alternate your cuts, little V cuts. The less you take out in the middle, right now, ultimately, the easier this entire project's. The less you take out in the middle, ultimately, the easier this entire project's going to be, because I'm leaving myself a lot of room here. I can make them narrower. I can make the ends come in more on them. I can make rounder. It's going to be easy to get in. It's going to be easy to get in here, because you want to do a straight plunge cut from here to about here, right? And from about here to about here, straight plunge cut all the way through at some point. You're going to be cutting all the way through these. So leave yourself plenty of meat. Leave these two touching until the very last. It's just going to be a lot easier to carve them. I found keeping them connected, the longer you keep them connected for, the better. And when you get your initial rough out, when you get them all opened up and looking like a chain, then you can start one at a time from end to end. You do this end, work this one, leave that one attached, finish that one, then go to the next one, finish that one attached. You'll see as we go along. We're probably going to do 2 or 3 videos on this because I'm having fun with it. The whole time-lapse thing, yeah, it gets more views, it's easier to watch for people with short attention spans, but I want to teach you guys something here. I like teaching more than I like just going for popularity contests. So thanks for sticking around. Like I said, this is one of those sort of beginner projects. You see, I've only made straight cuts at this point. I've already started to rough it out. I'm out of gas, so I got to fuel up again.